In today's video topic, I'm going to be proving that 1 plus 1 equals 1. Now that might sound really absurd, but according to Laurence Krauss, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, and you keep doing this to infinity, if you sum that up, it equals negative 1/12.
We can take numbers and an infinite series that, for example, the series 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 to infinity actually has, in mathematical terms, can have a finite sum. It's minus 1/12 if you wanted to know. Okay? It may not seem logical to you. It may seem inconceivable to you that the sum of a series of positive terms, each of which is bigger than 1/12, could end up being minus 1/12. But the fact that it's inconceivable to you just means you're ignorant.
Thank you.
Okay, now,
What Lawrence is failing to mention is that he's not using regular numbers, he's using p-datic numbers, which is this really crazy number system that's nothing like normal numbers. It's like saying 1 plus 1 is 10. Oh, and I'm not going to tell you that we're using binary numbers, right? Anyways, I think like what this channel is going to turn into is basically the anti-academia channel. I'm just going to basically be trying to show people why you should not trust academic authority. And in any case, let's get to the actual video here. If I was Laurence Krauss, I would say that 1 plus 1 is equal to 1. And if you don't understand it, it's just because you're ignorant. Okay, so for this puzzle, we're going to need a tiny bit of high school mathematics, but I'm going to try to explain it in a way so that you don't actually need high school mathematics. We'll try to keep this like elementary school level, just so I think everyone will be able to understand it. So first premise we're going to have is A equals B. Okay, so we have this variable A, and we know that it's equal to B. A is B. Okay, so now the next thing is we're going to multiply both sides by A. So we get A squared equals AB. Or you could say B squared, it would be the same thing. Now we're going to subtract B squared from both sides. So A squared minus B squared is equal to AB minus B squared. Okay, so if you remember a little bit of algebra, what you do to one side of an equation you can do to the other side of an equation and it'll still be equal. Now we are going to factor this. Okay, so factoring, that's a bit of the high school math, and you don't actually need to know how to factor, because I'm just going to write it out as factored equation. So A minus B and A plus B times A plus B is equal to B A minus B. Oh my, stupid mouse. Okay, let's try that again. Alright, so if you don't remember how factoring works, and I sort of remember how it works, but let's just calculate this just to make sure that this is true, right? So on this side we're going to get A squared, we multiply this by this, we multiply A times B, so we get plus AB and then we get negative b times a, so minus ab, and then we multiply negative b times b, and we get negative b squared. Okay, so we have plus ab and minus ab. These two cancel out, and a squared minus b squared, good. This is the same thing, right? Now on this side, we get b a minus b squared. Okay, does this look the same as that? Yes. Okay, so check. All right, this factored equation is the same statement as this. All right, so now the final step is this. We can divide both sides of the equation by a minus b. So if we do that, we cancel this and we cancel this, and we get a plus b is equal to b. Okay, so now let's just plug in a number. Take any number. Let's use 1, because I said that was what it was going to be in the start. 1 plus 1, because a is equal to b, right? So a and b are both 1, equals b, which is 1. 1 plus 1 equals 1. That doesn't make any sense. So, can you find the logic error with this puzzle? And I'm gonna I'm gonna pause the video here. If you want to think about it, go ahead and think about it. And when you're ready, I'm gonna give the answer in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so what is the mistake here? The mistake is in this step here. What we did wrong is we divided both sides by a minus b. Now normally you could do that, but why is that a problem here? Well, we know a is equal to b. So what is 1 minus 1? What is 2 minus 2? It's 0, right? We know that a minus b equals 0. So in this step here, we're actually dividing this whole equation by 0. And if you remember in math, there's a big thing about not being able to divide by 0. 0 is not really a normal number, so it has some weird properties. Simple example of dividing by 0. Okay, so let's say 2 times 0 equals 5 times 0. Alright, well this statement is true, and we can cancel 0 from both sides, right? That's basic algebra. And then we're left with 2 equals 5, right? That doesn't make any sense. Alright, so that's a cute little math video. I don't want to make this channel just like a math channel, so I made a couple math videos recently, so try to change the topic up a bit. I think that in philosophy there's a huge kind of overemphasis in math, where it's like, oh, if you or even just like academia, it's like if you're not math smart, then you're stupid, right? And this comes from your IQ tests. IQ tests are absolute pseudoscience. If you like this video, share it, subscribe. My next video is probably going to be on the legal system or something. I had a video on Canadian laws, but oh my god, I should show you some of this stuff I found, right? And a lot of this stuff doesn't make the news. I just find these like randomly in court databases, and it's really, really crazy. It's really tyrannical and completely unjust what is happening in Canadian courts. And I like to always pick on Canada because Canada's always seen as like there's this whole thing where it's like, we got to be like Canada. Canada's the #1 country in the world. Great education, great healthcare, great legal system. You know, true democracy. And I'm like, well, they're right about one thing. They're right about it being democratic. All right, so we'll see how mob thinking plays out in courts.